Coach, you've been around a lot of big football. I was saying the same thing. Can you give us some sense of what you've seen from this group, talent-wise? How you think it stacks up?
Well, I've had a relationship with Coach Dykes for quite some time. His dad was really someone as a I was born and raised here in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, went to North Mesquite High School, and so Spike and R.C. Slocum were my mentors and guys that I looked up to. So Sonny and I have known each other a long time, and so I've been around the program. I've actually from the outside, Coach Dykes and I, from the time he got here, we've conversed, and I love this team. I think we have an edge about it. I think every team that wins championships, I know, not to talk about the past, but in the first year, I just, walked up and said, man, we got an edge about us. And the way they compete, got a tremendous coaching staff here that I'm excited to learn from and to support and to do what I can to help them. But I like the roster. I think we've got great speed. I think we've got great length, and I think we've got great physicality. It's been a very physical camp so far. I'm learning obviously some new names and things like that. But it's been fun to be around. I like this team. I like this staff, and obviously Coach Dykes and Kate are two of the most special people in this business that I've met. Known Sonny over 20 years, and competed against him at Cal, and very, very honored to be here. And then TCU is such a special place. I've got special friends here. My wife actually graduated from TCU, so we're excited and fired up to be a part of this family and coming in and learning and trying to see if we can be productive and help win championships.
The steady president practice, I feel like the last 2 years now. I guess what was the process of finally making things official to come up?
Well, I was a head coach at 5 different universities, and I'm from the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, and so I wanted to live here. And I guess when you get old and you get set in your ways, I've had to move all over the country, and my family's here, and so I wanted to be here. And so, when Coach was actually at SMU, I helped him over there, and we, as a consultant kind of advisor type deal, so really just my wanting to be here, and I did it from a distance, and it was a lot of fun. But this year he asked me, if I would, come and be a part of it every day, and I was very honored and thrilled to be here and to be a part of this staff. I can't say enough about the staff and the people here. I think that there's a synergy and an energy about their staff and the great teachers. And when you go out there, I know in the 8 days, I've been around a lot of football. And there's an edge about teams that win. There's a physicality about this sport that you have to have an intensity level. And you've got great teachers that are doing a tremendous job of activating that in the players. And then, the players are the number one thing, and I've been very, very impressed from what I've seen and where we're at.
Coach, how does I know you've been in both rooms, offense, defense, but you're asked to help out the offense. Does that change anything for you from what you've done?
Oh, absolutely not. I'm a defensive. That's my expertise. As a head coach, you had to. I felt like you had to have a plan to win, so you had to have a philosophy. I always, had a philosophy of what I believed in offensively. Obviously, Kendall and I go back, and we have an existing relationship and a similar, philosophy and style. I love the style of offense that we're playing, obviously. But my job really is to be a defensive consultant in the offensive room. I think it's really smart to have that. And so, Dana's in the defensive room as an offensive consultant, and I'm in the offensive room as a defensive consultant. So I think that's something that you don't see in a lot of places. But that's one thing that I thought was it's something that I actually prefer, and I think I can bring the most value from that standpoint.
Is this a hard transition for you as someone who's been a head coach and everybody's looking at you for final say to lead the discussions, and now you're in a position to say, hey, what do you think? You're not leading it necessarily, you're a part of it.
Well, yeah, obviously, being a part of a team, I can tell you this, that I tried the deal to go play golf, and that's not in my DNA. just being on that field, I'm so grateful to be out there. And you got to know your role. I mean, being a head coach and you have to ask and demand and command that people serve each other, that they deny themselves and take up the team. I can tell you that I'm enjoying it. I don't feel a lot. I don't feel as much pressure, but I do. I think that's important. My job here is to serve the staff and to serve Coach Dykes and to help and advise and consult. But also too, man, I get to be around the players. I get to be around the team. And what I've been doing is just working and building relationships. And, I feel a lot of trust, a lot of synergy out there, but it really isn't difficult. I think it's really easier for me because I have missed being around the game, being around the young men and the players, and being around coaches. Being around, you're being day to day. You can come in and visit. I've come in and been at every camp. In the last 2 years here, and but that's not being a part of the team. So I'm honored to be a part of the team, and it's really not difficult at all. I want to come in and stay in my lane and do my job. And serve a role that can hopefully, help us to be successful in the field.
Coach, are you 59 or 60?
58, 53? 59, but a young 59, man.
Can you coach a kid the same way? Can you coach a 20-year-old today the same way? I grew up. I'm born and bred Texas high school football player. Gary Childers, Texas high school Hall of Fame coach, was my dad. Basically, I didn't have a dad. My mom raised 5 kids by herself, and man, he loved me and molded me and strained me and trained me, and I wouldn't have accomplished anything without that type of leadership in my life. I think coaching's all about relationship, and I think kids are. You have to individualize your instruction. You have to. You have to love them. Kids know if you love them. They know if you truly know what you're talking about, and when they benefit and they start improving, that's what I miss more than anything, is just being able to work and develop people and to see them accomplish their goals. But no, I think it evolves. There's a part of it that you have to evolve. You learn. I'm a learner. That's what I told Sonny the other day. I said, man, I've learned so much. Just being here every day has been a great experience for me. But no, I think you have to. It's obviously different. I think it's different. It was 2 years ago in coaching. I remember when the transfer portal came, and not many coaches were probably prepared for that. And basically every 6 months you got 100 and something free agents. And so that makes it difficult, but it's still about relationship. I think you got to be genuine. You got to be authentic. You have to, I believe in 85% of what comes out of your mouth. You got to be positive and inspiring. People in this room, you want to be inspired. You want to have positive reinforcement, but there's also you have to have be able to strain and train as well. And so you have to do that with great respect. And so I don't think that, to me, I've dedicated my life. I was put on this earth to do what I've done, and that's to serve young people and help them reach their goals and help make a difference in their life in every aspect. And that's something that's very, very important to me. It's been a calling for me in my life. So I don't think that changes. But, you have to be adaptive, and you have to evolve as a coach and learn each day and learn, each person's different and what motivates them. And as long as you do it with respect, and that's something that I've always done, and something that I take great pride in, especially being from here. I think y'all hear this a lot, that being a Texas high school, playing football in this state and growing up in this state is very, very special. I've been all over the country, so I can really say that. And then getting to coach. I started off being a Texas high school coach, and learning from guys like R.C. Slocum and Spike Dykes, and learning and everything that you learn was a part of that. Is not just about, I don't want to just win.
I want to win every day, and I want to help these kids learn how to be champions in life. And that's something I can look in the mirror and know that I've done that in my life. And it's something I'm very proud of, very proud to be a coach. And that's why I'm here with Coach Dykes, because he's that type of person as well.
Coach, you've had some battles over the years with Stanford. How do you prepare for their style? How do you get a team ready? I mean, they're physical. It's a little different style than what we see week in and week out.
Yeah, it is, and that's a unique place, you know. And somebody, I talked to a lot of the younger coaches will come and talk to me, and they'll say, and I'll go, I know this coach and this coach and this coach. I got connection to this coach and this coach, and I went, wow. When you've been around the business about 35 years, you know, and have a relationship everywhere. But Stanford, I've been there, played there. It's very unique, especially on a Friday night. It's going to be unique. You obviously, you know, when you coach there, very, very smart, intelligent players that are going to be very physical and play very hard and tough and not make mistakes. And the key in the week one is not beating yourself. And having 100% ball security and not having negatives and going there. It's more about us than it is about anybody else. But just, I think I've got some insight into, and obviously Coach at Cal, and he understands that. But it is a unique place. It's a very unique place. I think the hardest thing in college football to do is to win on the road. And there's places that are unique. And Stanford's one of them. It's a unique deal that you got to really prepare for. I think being on a Friday night is another part of that. And they're going to be well coached. They're smart players. They're not going to beat themselves, and so that's going to be I think the key factor in going into that. And that's what camp's about, and everything that we're doing is about is focusing on us and being prepared.
We'll go 2 more questions.
You've been an observer of this team, like you said, for a couple of years now. When you look at this offense in the fall so far, what are your impressions of this offense, and what are the strengths of it specifically?
Very, very physical. That's one thing that that's been impressive to me. I think our physicality, I call it an edge or a hard edge, a toughness about how they approach every single day. I've been around a lot of, training camps, and I've been kind of waiting for the day where, okay, we're going to kind of have a flat day or it's going to come down. And I think Coach Avalos and what he's brought defensively, the attacking style, the passion, the intensity, and then that match with Coach Browse, who brings the same thing. I think you have to match. You have to build a plan to win, and your offense has to complement your defense as well as your special teams. And the biggest thing that has stuck out to me is our physicality and our ability to, football is about blocking and tackling, and we can, I feel good about, where we are from a physicality standpoint, from a toughness standpoint, and from ability to be able to run the football. And obviously, Coach is, one of the best offensive minds that I've been around in this business, and he's doing it. I've learned a ton just being around Kendall in the few days that I've been able to observe so far. So that's the thing that sticks out to me. And I'm gonna tell you, every any place I coached, if I could come in at the end of camp and say, man, we are a physical football team. We have physicality, because that brings consistency, and we have elite discipline. So that's the two combinations that equal winning. And then I think one of the things that has been impressive to me is how adaptive we are to our personnel. We have really unique personnel that is very talented, and he's really gifted at adapting to the personnel and adapting the system to the personnel, which I think will be productive.